All right, y'all. Good afternoon again. Sorry about that. I had to run out. Some things are, really important. And the little baby needed to be picked up from school. Still not sure if I dropped the ball on that or if her mama dropped the ball on that, but I'll take responsibility for it. So can't leave the baby hanging around the school. Even though they got a program and everything. No, I got to pick that little baby up. So I just was coming back to say thank y'all for y'all patience and y'all support. Um, Hold on a second. Okay. Um, well, other than that, I'm sorry, I didn't really have much to say. I just didn't want to leave on a note where it seemed like, you know, there was some. You're gonna try to sneak down here. Like there was some crazy something that went on, and everything wasn't okay. I didn't want people to think that. Shoot. Other than that, man, I hope everybody's day. I hope everybody had a good day. I actually had a pretty good day today. Um, got some things happening, and yeah, my day was uh, my day was pretty eventful today. Um, what are you doing? You're gonna hurt yourself trying to pick that up. You're gonna drop it on your foot. Um, uh, that's funny, Walter. Trust me, that's definitely not something that we're concerned about over here. Um, okay, I was about to tell you to put that back down, but you did. So I think today is a day. We making a shirt today.
I don't know.
We got to make the river shirt.
I know.
So are we doing that today?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do it today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds like a no to me.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so we're not doing the river shirt.
Yeah. We're doing it. I don't know.
I don't even know what that means. Uh, what we were talking about when I so abruptly left, we were talking about the police chief and the city manager and their issues, and people were acting like there's not what's the hierarchy is not the word that I'm looking for, but there's a way to do things. There is, and yeah, maybe she wasn't doing it right. I'm really interested to see how all of this turns out. I'm interested to see, does the firm that the city hired come up with anything that they consider to be cause? Cause it's really like, when you think about it. Okay, I'm putting you on administrative leave. Hold on a second. I need to pull this up. uh, 513 dude. Uh, oh, I'm gonna, we gonna make that shirt. Oh, we are gonna make that shirt. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? I'm sorry, you completely threw me off. 513 dude. Um, what was I saying? You completely threw me off with the comment. Oh, you don't uh, get a firm to come in when you don't put your chief on administrative leave. You don't get a firm to come in and say you don't have cause. No, I don't think any reasonable person, well, other than maybe the chief and her attorney, are and her ardent supporters are gonna. No reasonable person believes that they not gonna find some reason. Because then what does that look like? What does that look like? The investigation comes back from this firm and they say, I'm sorry, there's absolutely no reason to fire the chief. Then what does that, I mean, how does that play out? Hey, be careful over there. You're going to knock my lights down. Don't knock my lights down. But that doesn't, so then what, you got to give the chief her position back and all that kind of stuff. It's not a high probability that this firm is going to come back and say, no, nothing happened. Hold on a second. Okay, someone put this in the chat, and I wanted to go and find it. Jurors convict Illinois deputy of killing Sonia Massey, but can't agree on first-degree murder. If you don't remember, this is the lady who they came to her house. I'm trying to remember all of the details because I don't remember all of the details. This is the lady that they came to her house. She let them in her house. She was talking to them. She was over by the stove with some water on. I can't remember, what did she call them for? Did she call them because she thought she heard something? What did she call them for? This is a story out of the Associated Press. John O'Connor gets the byline on this. A jury on Wednesday convicted an Illinois sheriff deputy of second-degree murder, a lesser charge in the shooting death of Sonia Massey, a black woman who called 911 to report a suspected prowler. Yeah. He could be sentenced up to 20 years in prison or even probation. The jury did not convict him on first-degree murder, a crime that carries a sentence of 45 degrees to life. Massey supporters were angered by the results. They called it a miscarriage of justice. When I think about that, and that, of course, with the story, the video pulled up, and I just kind of don't want to watch that lady get killed again. I told you, I don't want to watch people get killed today. But yeah, her supporters called it a miscarriage of justice. Was it a first degree? I guess it all depends on how the law reads. Now, the issue isn't, well, I mean, it is partially, but okay, you got a conviction. But remember, okay, she thought she heard somebody in her yard. She called the police. She let them in her house. She was talking to them. She moved over by the stove. The police officer said that there was some, he feared, yes, she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And the police officer claims that she was going to throw some boiling hot water on him, so he feared for his life, and so he shot her, killing her. And if everybody remembers that case, I remember that case. Again, I don't remember all of the details. I'm sorry. This case is not funny. Y'all got to stop putting nonsense in the chat, because then I glance up and I see the nonsense in the chat, and it makes me laugh, even though there's nothing funny. What are you doing, little baby?
Can I get a Pop-Tart?
Hold on. You can get a Pop-Tart, but if you do, then you won't get the cookie after you eat.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? All right. But so yeah, y'all make me laugh about stuff that's not funny. Y'all made me laugh about stuff that's not funny. He gonna put up in the chat, and I'm talking about something serious. And I glance up and I see 1, 2 Lincoln's coming for you. How that's inappropriate when I'm talking about something serious. That's just stupid. But yeah, this is the lady. She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he shot her. Excuse me. So yeah. He was found guilty. Now I was saying that being found guilty, that's all good. That's all well and good. But the question becomes, what sentence does he get? Y'all know how they like to do that. Y'all know how they like to do that. He got sentenced. He's a police officer. So we're really only going to give him maybe a year and then 5 years probation. He'll get 10 months and then 5 years probation. Yeah, I know how they like to do. So that really becomes the issue. Those judges can completely negate the sentence, the jury's verdict, by giving exceptionally light sentences. I don't know what the sentencing guidelines say in Illinois. I don't know what the sentencing guidelines say, the minimum is. But yeah, they can really negate it. And if y'all remember on this story, y'all's favorite caller, Twin said she was at fault. Twin said, to some degree, she brought it on herself. Remember, I don't know why I remember little stuff like that. I remember we were having the conversation, and Twin said, because a lot of us were watching that video, because there was 2 body cams? Because there were 2 officers in there. And Twin was saying she looked like she was going, she should have just stepped away, and, she brought that all on herself. I remember that. He might deny it, but he definitely said so. He definitely said that she brought that on herself. He said she was at fault. But I don't know. It all depends on the sentencing. Let's see. Brent talk about no Pop-Tarts, but enjoy these Aldi toaster tarts. Look, I am not opposed to generic stuff. Just for the record. Not opposed to it at all. But no, it's Pop-Tarts. But we just had to have, me and the little baby, just had to have a conversation just the other day. Because she looked up on top of the refrigerator. I still don't know why I put cereal on top of the refrigerator. That's where we put it when I was coming up. And so that's why I got a whole pantry that the cereal could go in. But for whatever reason, the cereal goes on top of the refrigerator. I still don't know why. I do it because that's how my mama did it. I don't know. So she looks up on top of the refrigerator and she says, "Grandfather, what's crispy rice?" And we had to have a whole conversation about, generic or off-brand foods. Said, "You know what Rice Krispies are?" Said, "Yeah, I know what Rice Krispies are." crispy rice. It's the same thing. It's just not the so-called name brand of Rice Krispies. So yeah, I'm not against you know, some of the some y'all know I worked at a meat packing plant, right? And this is the way that I got her to understand. I worked at a meat packing plant, and we made hot dogs. I was on the. Oh my goodness, who's this? Oh, hold on, I'll finish that. CK,
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
CK, I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I'm glad you came back, man. With your grandbaby, man. That was devastating when you left, man. I was like, damn. But then,
Devastating might be
yeah.
overselling it a little bit.
Well, I'm talking from a personal aspect, not for the world, but for DK. I need my
Still,
therapy.
that still should be overselling it.
Come on now, you seen the improvement? I like the pop tart comment from your grandbaby, and I don't think she's at the age where she can handle negotiations like you presented to her. Like she's like, oh well, I'll deal with that when it happens.
No,
Like
trust
I'm
me.
going to get that pop
No,
tart.
trust me. She is upstairs negotiating it out in her head. She is trying to make the decision. Do I want the Pop Tart now, or do I want the cookie after dinner? It's a little Debbie snack cake thing, but for whatever reason she continues to want to call it a cookie. So do I want the Pop Tart now, or do I want the cookie after dinner? And she's having that negotiation, and her trust me, she understands.
So you don't think she has the larceny yet where she would take both of them, or she can't do that.
Well,
She can't just eat them both and act like nothing happened.
yeah, no, she got some
That's what I would do
sense.
as a child.
Yeah, no, she got sense. And hold on, somebody said, hey, after school you get to have a snack. She had a snack already on the way home. She had a snack. Like she had a snack in her bag. So she ate a snack on the way home. So you don't just get to keep eating snacks. So she had asked me in the car, like, can I have one of them cookies? And I told her after dinner. But then she comes in, she
Okay.
sees the Pop Tarts, and so now she wants a Pop Tart. So yeah, she got to make a decision. Do I want the Pop Tart now, or do I want the cookie after dinner? Yeah, she has
And that
to navigate that in her own brain.
and that's difficult for a grown ass man approaching 50, like myself, to make that choice between them two. Oh, wait. I
I don't
mean, because
think
you
it's
can't really miss.
I don't think it's that difficult.
Oh, what you going with the cookie?
What? No, I mean it's not a difficult decision to make. I'm gonna say, you decide which you want more, which is better. You want satisfaction now, or are you willing to delay that gratification and get it later? Um, so yeah, she gets to make that decision on her own. I think she made it.
I excel at decisiveness. So when I'm at restaurants and they're taking my order and they ask me for options, a lot of time I let the waiter pick it because I can't choose.
Wait, you said you excel at decisiveness.
Yes, I'm not good at
Okay, then that
picking.
means you excel at indecisiveness.
Yes, yes, there it is. There it is. That's therapy. See, you are helping with mental help. That's intelligent. That's um, fixing ignorance. What you just did.
Now, again, I,
Indecisiveness.
I don't know that I believe you because you're not a woman.
What?
That's some,
But I came out of one. I did come out of one, sir.
yeah, but that's some woman stuff. Like, when me and Mrs. Livingston every once in a while, hey, where you want to go to eat? Or hey, what do you want to eat? Or hey, what are you going to cook? I don't know. You tell me what you want. That's some woman stuff. It usually men are decisive. Hold on a second.
I excel.
Hello? Yes. Yes. She doesn't have school Thursday and Friday. No, they're on autumn break or whatever, fall break, whatever. Yes, today was, I believe, the last day of school before autumn break. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There was a misunderstanding apparently, but my understanding is fall break. There is no school Thursday, Friday, or Monday. Well, I mean, she doesn't have school on Thursday or Friday or Monday. They go back Tuesday. Yeah. Yes. I heard that. Okay. Well, look, however, whatever y'all choose to do, whatever y'all need me to do, I'm here. So just yeah, y'all connect and then, let me know what y'all need from me. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, y'all like I said, y'all connect and make sure that y'all got everything that y'all need together. And then, just let me know what I need to do. All right. All right. Yes, there was a misunderstanding about this fall break. And I don't think they should have a daggone fall break. But that's that story. All right, CK, sorry about that. I had to take that call. Hey, the stuff going on with the little baby, got to navigate that, and it's important. So, but go ahead.
I'm all about the children and raising your grandchildren. So I appreciate you being a great grandparent. But through these therapy sessions, I try to be transparent, and I would appreciate if you didn't insult my manhood when I'm trying to be honest about who I am to the world.
But
I
hold
mean,
on. But
come
don't
on
you
now.
find, no, for real, honestly, don't you find that that level of indecisiveness, especially about what you want to eat, is more of a feminine trait?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hard truth. Okay. But remember, I came out of one.
I will try to remember that. I will.
but look, sir. Okay, and it's a little bit. We simple. We men, so we simple. So it's like when you pick a show from Netflix, you really can't go wrong, sir. All of them good. I mean, you go on Tubi, all the movies good, man. Jesus Christ.
Now,
But
see, I think,
when I,
and this is just me, I think maybe picking a
mhm,
show, being a little indecisive about that, might not
mhm.
necessarily be a female trait. Picking picking
yeah.
terrible shows is a female trait. But picking having not being 100% sure about whether or not to watch this good show or that good show, because me, I flip back and forth. But, Mrs. Livingston don't like when I do that. So, that one is a little back and forth. But I know that the stuff that I'm picking is good. When she gets the opportunity to pick, in particular, movies, she picks terrible movies. She picks terrible movies.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's a female trait.
Hold on. So since you got older, right, and we done seen the whole spectrum. Since remember we go back to all way, even you go back before me, but we go back to black and whites and all that, right? So
No,
at this time
no,
and
not
moment,
really. I did watch some old black and whites, but I wasn't
right?
around when black and whites was
Me and you together,
on and
man.
popping.
Stop that. You older than me, so we seen it. I'm just saying we barely seen it a little bit. We seen Betamax. Come on now. So, but I'm just saying, brother. So now at this point in time, when you watch stuff, like, do you find bad shows on there, or do all of them be pretty good? Like when
Oh,
you
there's
watch
definitely
series
some
and stuff.
bad shows on Netflix. Which, by the way, I lost my Netflix. I need a new Netflix hookup. Um,
Okay,
they got me. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
got you.
watching something. I went to
Yes,
go
sir.
watch something on Saturday night. I want to say it was. It was something, some big movie going on that, Mrs. Livingston
Mhm.
said she wanted to watch. Dynamite House,
What was
or
it? What's the name of the movie?
I think Dynamite House, is that a movie? Something it
Dynamite House. Okay, okay.
something like
They'll
that.
tell you in the comments.
Yeah, and
They're
she's
gonna tell
like,
you.
oh, I really want to watch that. So, we go to Netflix, and they like, this does not belong to the household. And I'm like, what? They got us. They got
They
us.
got us. Hey
We
man,
had a good
welcome to the
run, but
club.
they
They got me
got
too.
us. So now I
Right.
need a new
They got me two
Netflix
years
hookup.
ago.
Yeah.
So that was 2 years ago they got me, so I've been off of it. But sir, the two subjects I wanted to talk to you about was the one subject matter you brought up with the young lady with the boiling water, and the one about the food stamps and they cutting off benefits.
Okay.
Those are two subjects I wanted to discuss with you, and I like indecisive. You pick which one you want to discuss.
Wait, I'm confused. What are we doing?
We're going out of those two ones. Which one would you want to discuss? The hot boiling or the benefits?
Well, let me ask you this. Which one do you have a reasonable position on?
Both. You know, I'm one of the most reasonable callers that call your station.
Okay, which one do you have the most thought out position on?
Oh, well, that's a good one. Okay, let's go food stamps. Let's
All
go
right.
food stamps. All right, because the first one is simple. I think a appropriate sentence would be 78 years for the man that murdered the African American lady with the hot water.
Well,
I think 78
I think
years.
the maximum sentence is 20 years.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's a travesty of justice in itself, in my opinion, for what he done. I mean, I think most of the commenters would concur with me on that. That's a ridiculous. You facing 20 years for cold-blooded murder, and she didn't do nothing, sir. I mean, how do you feel about 20 being the max?
I I I'm not sure. I mean,
I feel horrible.
I definitely think that what happened was unreasonable. Like I
Right.
looking at it, they could have just left that woman alone, and she would have been just fine. But the question from a legal standpoint, I think, becomes: did he go in there with the intention to murder that lady? Was there
Indeed, he did.
any, forethought, like, oh, I'm gonna murder her? Now I know some people. I remember, some of this is coming back, but I remember, when she said that she rebukes him in the name of Jesus. He didn't seem happy about that. Like, he really did seem like that upset him and bothered him. And so the question becomes: did he shoot her because she was mad about, what she was saying, or was it just negligence, if you want to call it that? I don't like using that terminology because I don't. But was it
Uh,
an intentional killing of that woman, and you know should it have been
Mr.
what, second
Livingston.
degree or manslaughter, or whatever? Again, I'm not 100% familiar with the laws and how they rank all of that stuff in terms of in Illinois, what is first degree, what's second degree, and all that kind of stuff, and what elements have to be met for that. Do I feel like 20 years is enough? No. But from a
Thank
legal
you.
standpoint, depending on what the law says, and if it meets the elements of that, then you know. But I definitely think he should get the maximum, and if that ends up being 20 years, he should get 20 years.
And hopefully not make it out of there. You know what I mean? If a guy like that did that to her, he deserves to be murdered in prison for what he did to that woman. I wouldn't want him to make it back on the streets. Not for what he did to an elderly woman, and he
I,
did that to our people. He
I'm a,
deserves death
look.
in
I'm gonna be
prison.
honest. I'm not comfortable saying that people
Oh,
should
that's
be
too far.
murdered in prison. I don't think anybody should be murdered in prison. I think
What? What
I
about child molesters?
what
What about child
I
molesters?
don't think they should be murdered in prison. No.
Yes, they definitely should, sir. You have to reevaluate your thinking, man. Your moral compass is a little off, sir. If you have sexual relations with a child, you deserve to die. Period.
I
You
don't.
got to get your moral compass back on. I mean, you can't be messing with people's kids, man.
Okay. And
Sexually.
I believe if someone should, and again, I'm not a proponent of the death penalty at all. Um, but here is I say if someone harms a child, and does that to a child, if I look at it and say that person deserve someone in that family, I would understand if someone in that family did something, in reaction to that. But hey, go to prison and so when we put them in prison, kill them. No, I don't agree with that. I don't. I
That
don't.
that would stop. I think I wouldn't. I ain't gonna say stop. But if you had more child molesters getting murdered in prison, like Subway Jared, if he had died, maybe that would. I think that would help in curving it a little bit. I think the problem is when you send these people to prison and they get out. See, this cop will get out and he will murder again. See, somebody like that, if he can kill an older black lady, imagine he's gonna feel empowered when he gets out. Oh, I got away with it. Ha ha. They only gave me 20. I got out in 11. You man. I only ice cream girl. She killed the ice cream man. He just eating ice cream, butter pecan in the living room. She only get 10 years. She out of 4. That's what I'm saying, brother. Now she's empowered. The white people are going to congratulate for her for ending our race like that, for murdering us. So you don't let these people get out of prison and be empowered. Now they become leadership positions. You see what I mean? You don't want nobody being a supervisor position over your grandbaby. They need to be terminated. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're doing that type of stuff, you murdering older black women while you knew what was going on. We seen it on tape, niggas. We seen it on tape. If I come over there and murder you on your live podcast, I deserve the death penalty, period, sir. And so does that cop. What makes him any different than me? And matter of fact, he's held to a higher standard because he's a police officer, sir. So he's held to a higher standard than CK, and you know this, sir.
Okay, we disagree.
You don't think he's held to a higher standard being a police officer?
I think you mean should the police officer be held to a higher standard than us non-police officers? Sure, I do. I don't believe in the death penalty, and I don't believe necessarily just because a police officer commits a crime that they deserve the death penalty. Because again, I don't believe in the death penalty. So we just disagree. It's okay to disagree.
Okay, let me ask you this question: if an officer murders a civilian, should an officer face the same penalty as a civilian that murders an officer? Your thoughts?
I personally think the penalty should be a bit more harsh,
For
but not necessarily
yes,
including
okay,
the death penalty.
I got you. Because I agree with you on the death penalty. Now we're going to shift on the last subject, the benefits, sir. The benefits, food stamps,
Okay,
SNAP.
quickly, quickly,
Quickly, I
quickly.
just want you to say yes. I don't think that um, I don't think they should take the benefits away, and I think it's going to cause um, mass hysteria. And like you said, when I was listening to your podcast, these people still have to eat. Like you said, okay, we understand, but please don't stop it. So I think it's a big miscarriage of justice. That's how I feel. I wish we could stop it, but it seems like we're helpless. But I'm against it. I appreciate you having this therapy session and coming back with your grandbaby. Because I would have been lost at work You know what I mean? Without your
I'm
therapy,
certain
man.
you
So
would not have
God bless
been
your soul.
lost. But I do appreciate your
Thank you,
call.
sir. All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
That's CK. He's a character. Um, but yeah, no, I don't believe in the death penalty, even in this case. Again, the elements, depending on, Illinois law, I can't necessarily say that I disagree with the verdict, but I don't know how the law is written. I don't know how the law is written. Um, on a lighter note, yes, I sadly I watch Elsbeth, which is not a good show. It's really not. I watch it because we've been watching it, but it's not a good show. And yes, I watch Matlock. Not a great show, um, but it's decent. It's interesting. It's decent. It's interesting. I tell you what, I watched that was really interesting. Well, not really interesting. It was a little more. It was a little corny, here and there, but that I really enjoyed. Oh shoot, The Rainmaker. The Rainmaker on I think it was USA, but I watched it on Peacock. I enjoyed that show. I enjoyed The Rainmaker. I did. Um, Jerica says she loves Elspeth. It's so over the top corny. I, it's over the top. Like I have to mentally put myself in the position. Like it's gonna be like really stupid. Like unbelievable and all of that kind of stuff to watch it. But I watch it. I watch it. But it not a good show. Brent.
Hey, hey, how glad you were able to go pick up little baby there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's way more important than any of us in the chat. Um, yeah, I would like to refute CK's claim that there are no bad movies on Netflix. Would you remember, what was it, Undercover Brother with Eddie Griffin?
Uh-huh.
That was a great movie, great parody movie, hilarious. Undercover Brother 2 was horrendous. I was so disappointed that
I didn't even know
they
they did a
returned.
two.
Yes, they did, and they released it on Netflix. And it had Michael Jai White, the martial art black
Uh-huh.
dude. He was Undercover Brother, but that movie was so horrible and so forgettable that, oh my goodness, horrible, horrible, horrible. And of course we did talk about the Good Times animation that I think I only got through episode 2. That was horrible. So yeah, there are some horrible movies on there that you think might be good, but then it's like, oh no, I can't do this. But yeah, but little baby, yeah, make sure you tell her that Crispy Rice makes the best marshmallow rice squares. The absolute best.
Yes, we
Oh.
got to the point though where she did understand the difference. And she
Mhm.
was appalled that there is a difference.
Well, a lot of their knockoffs are pretty decent. Now they used to be horrible, like with their breakfast sausage, a sausage come in a roll. Now their sausage used to be you would open it up. Most sausages like red with a little bit of white, the fat in there. Well, theirs used to be you open it up, it's just a full block of white. It's almost like it was like 90% fat, and yeah, it was horrible. But they have come a long way in that, and I actually like I can't remember what their version of not cinnamon toast, honey grams. Their version of honey grams is actually better than the real, General Mills honey grams. So,
Hold on. Now you're saying
uh,
honey grams. Are you talking about golden grams or are you talking about the cracker honey grams?
gold. Did I say honey grams? Didn't it used to be called honey grams?
The
The cereal I'm
cereal,
talking
no, the
about.
cereal has always been golden grams.
Golden grams. Okay. Well, the golden grams, I'm talking about the cereal.
Okay.
And oh yeah, and to disappoint all of the Girl Scouts out there, yes, the knockoff Girl Scout cookies are way better than the real Girl Scout cookies.
I was
They're
not even aware that there
and
were
a third of the
knockoff Girl
cost.
Scout cookies.
Yes, you like Thin Mints, you like the Samoas. Those are the main two ones. Yeah, they have a knockoff and they're pretty good. And I even told my niece, well, my sister, to tell the niece, I'm like, look, here's $20. She can do whatever she wants, but I'm not paying for them Girl Scout cookies. They're overpriced. She's trying to get to whatever the jamboree is or get all the badges on her little sash. She can do it with this $20, and I don't want those cookies.
Okay.
But yeah. Oh, and before we were getting on, we were talking about Sonia Massey, and you read the verdict and everything there. But there was also another recent verdict. Do you remember down in Mississippi where the black FedEx dude pulling up in the driveway and got a
Oh,
break shot because
yeah, and they
dad
let those
and
guys off.
yeah, and it was the judge that let him off because he dismissed the charges with prejudice, meaning they could never bring those charges back up, all because of the investigating police officer failed to give an interview that he did with the black dude who got shot at, failed to give it to the prosecution and the defense, which is crazy. It wasn't like he was holding it from, the defense, which would be illegitimate, but he's holding it from both of them, and that wound up. So why are you not bringing him up on charges of withholding evidence and just dismissing the case altogether, which is sad that it got dismissed like that. It should have just been, mistrial,
Right.
call of the day.
Right.
But yeah, Nina Simone said it best. Mississippi, goddamn, they have some crazy issues there. But two last things, real quick, with the wrestling part. LaDonna, this is a quick one. Did you see the Jade Cargill heel turn?
I did not. I didn't see it live, but I did see an update. Yes,
Yeah. So yeah, to me, she was a more natural heel anyway in
I agree.
AEW. She former bodybuilder or fitness builder, whatever they call them, but she has that arrogance that you expect somebody with a lot of muscles to have, and her trying to be a face just isn't it. So with her being able to walk past and yell at folks and everything, that feeds more into her, what she seems like she more naturally is anyway. So that should be interesting. They say she's going to win the belt this weekend at the Saturday night's main event. But the last thing I wanted to hit on, and need you to help me work through this. Next week is the general election for the Cincinnati City Council. Is that correct?
Yes,
All right. And there are 27 candidates.
it's a lot of them.
Is it 27? It's a lot of them. Okay. Because I was considering doing not a raffle because I'm not selling tickets or anything, but, just doing a competition, a contest for people to pick the order. Who do they think will be, the 9 members of the city council, from the top vote getter to the least vote getter of those 9, and see if they can, number one, select the people. Number two, if they can get the right order. And if there's a tiebreaker, I don't know, how much does the top voter getter get, and how much does the least vote getter get, to see or who that person would be, just to try to make it fair and even out there to balance things out. Because I think folks have a good sense that maybe it'll at least be 5 or 6 that might return to council. So
I'm gonna be honest.
I get
I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
I really do believe this that whole brawl, so this whole crime in the city of
Hmm.
Cincinnati is gonna motivate a certain segment of the voters, which is why a lot of those uh, conservative, I'm hesitant to use that term because that's not necessarily what they are, but a lot of those conservative and Republicans decided to jump into the race because
Hmm.
they saw there was a kind of a groundswell around that, so that was something that they could push. And it all depends on how motivated those people are to come out to vote. Because I can tell you, I'm not all that motivated to get out and vote. I will. I'm gonna. But I'm
Hmm.
not all that motivated to get out and vote, except for, and I'm gonna say kind of like the anti what they're saying is my
Hmm.
motivation. But I don't know that a lot of people will feel that way. So
Hmm.
stuff could be wild.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know I've heard people say they're only going to vote for, 4 candidates or 5 candidates. But with 27 candidates in there, to me, if you think there are 9 candidates that are worthy to be on city council, I would vote for all 9.
Yeah.
Now, in the past, where there's only 10 people running, yeah, then you don't want to be giving votes to folks you don't think should be on there. But with this number, I think you could find 9 candidates that you would prefer to be on there, because guaranteed those white folks is voting for 8 white candidates and Slytherin. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, do your best to, box out and make sure it does anyone slip in there that you don't want to be in there just because you only voted for 5 candidates voting for 9.
Right.
That's out there. But yeah.
Now,
But I
look,
think that's what
I
go ahead.
know I'm not going to vote for someone who's currently in a mental facility, but
Why not?
I might
You you're
vote.
you're a mental elitist. Is that a word?
No, it's not. But I might vote for, some people. Oh, I might not think that they'll get in, but I think they wouldn't
Mhm.
hurt us if they got in.
Gotcha. I gotcha. But yeah. But with so many, I found I think one of the papers, local papers up there, had a picture of everyone, and the picture is so small. I was just gonna put that at the top and like we'll just list the names and do like a Google Sheets or something that can easily tabulate and everything. And still working on what the prize of unspeakable value will be. So if anyone has uh, any ideas for what the prize should be, you know, hit me up on Messenger or on Facebook whenever you see me. But
All
I
right.
think that's it for me.
All right. I appreciate your call.
I'll take it easy.
All right. That was Brent. He was on when I had to leave abruptly. So I definitely wanted to get him back on. Some of y'all. Nate says there are 17 black people running. And looking at that field, even though some of them I don't really know much about, I'm sure that they could, there's 9 of them that could not hurt us. Hold on, I saw a comment about when I left, somebody went and watched something that was hilarious. I'm not raising nobody's nothing. I'm just minding my business. That's it. I'm just minding my business. That's what I do. I mind my business. And I saw somebody else talking about Elsbeth is like a modern day Columbo. Maybe, but I never liked Columbo either. I don't like those goofy ooh, I can solve the crime. We already know the answer. We already know who did it. and they don't even come up with a clever way to get her there. Like it's almost like she's magic. And so she just like magically figure out all of this stuff and who did it. And, she's got magical instincts. It's too much for me. It's too much. I'm not raising anybody's pressure. So yeah, no, it's just a little too much. Walter said honeygrams are the knockoffs. I've never seen them. Never seen them. And I'm not as crazy as this sounds, I like kind of plain cookies. I like plain. I'm not a big, give me a cookie that's coated in chocolate type of guy. So Thin Mints, and I don't even know what Samoas are. My guess is they got coconut or something in them, and I don't eat coconut. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not on all of that stuff. I'm going through. Crystal says, I love Elsbeth and Matlock. I think Elsbeth is the modern day Columbo. Yeah, that's what she said. That was where I saw that. So the Chiefs family went to City Hall today. I saw them at that press conference with her. It's an interesting bunch. Interesting bunch. Twin.
What's up, little man?
Hey, what's up, little man?
Not much. Well, welcome back.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, did they find dude guilty already? As Springfield police officer?
The one who shot the lady in the kitchen?
Tanya Massey or whatever?
Yeah, they found him guilty.
Yeah.
Even though you said she brought it on herself. You said she was wrong, and she brought it on herself.
I took my story back, though, when I seen the full video of it.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, whatever. I know you don't. You don't recall a lot of things.
I
You
don't recall
know.
that. I
you
don't
agree. Okay.
No,
I know you recall everything else the past.
It was my understanding initially that you said the police were wrong, and then when you changed your story, you changed your story to she brought that on herself.
Yeah.
So you're saying you rechanged your story.
Yeah, just like you remember the past when we used at the bus. You sure remember the past and what went on, but you don't remember Twin. Yeah.
I do remember. That's what I'm telling you. I remember you changing your story because initially you said that the cop was wrong, but then the next day you called in and said you watched the video and that lady was wrong. So you're saying then the next day you called in and said, okay, you rewatched the video and the cop was wrong.
I said at first she was wrong.
No.
Then I looked back and saw it. I'm like, I know what I said, man. You don't argue with me. You ain't arguing with the radio guy.
You're wrong.
So don't argue with me.
You're wrong. That's not what you said. You're
misremembering. You wrong too.
You're
wrong too.
misremembering.
And I'm gonna take my sympathy for you. Look, check this. I'm gonna take my sympathy back too. I had sympathy for your sorry ass. But no, I'm gonna be straight up forward with you as a man. Emanuel Livingston Twin talking to you. Check this out.
Oh boy, you're talking to Emanuel Livingston.
No, Drummer King. I see this every day in the chat. You get on here from Wyatt to the airways of the 1230 The Buzz and everywhere else. You dip your finger into. So let me check this.
Okay.
I'm going to do it like this.
Do it like
I had sympathy for your sorry ass at first. And then after I thought about it, between you and your brother and how y'all be flexing on people and stuff and stunting on their name, hell no, I don't have no sympathy for y'all ass. So let me tell you this, man. It's AT&T. If I can't reach out and touch Emmanuel, it's somebody I'm going to touch out. So if he couldn't touch you, he touched your wife. Like, send this message to your husband that I ain't playing with his ass. Keep my name out his mouth or whatever. So that's all it is. You talked about his daughter, and he rebounded on like, I'm going to get him one way or another. And then he called you little BA and everything else on the headway. which was funny. I was like, damn, Huck, he went in hard. You really pissed. Yeah, you know how to push somebody's button, man.
Well,
I'll be mellow on this station.
Let me respond.
I'll be
You-
mellow on this
let me
on this
respond.
station. You just raise it
Oh
up,
my
man.
goodness.
Go
Let
ahead,
me
man.
respond. Let me respond. Look, you have a
Go
right
ahead.
to think that it's okay to confront men's wives if you disagree with them. But
No, I don't. No, I
Like,
don't.
you
But
do.
it's the
You just
way
said
the
you
way
do.
I looked at it.
no, you just said you do.
Huh?
But and there's a language alert. If you ask me, that's some bitch shit. But if you can, I'm not here to tell you what to think. I just tell the truth, and then people can think whatever they want to think about the
Yeah.
truth. So
Yeah.
you think it's
I
okay?
understand that.
Yeah. So you think
I
it's okay
understand
to
that. But let me
confront
tell.
a man's
But my
wife?
mentality is.
That's fine.
But my mentality is, when I was growing up and the people I've been around, and what I used to do, I'm gonna touch somebody in the family. Somebody go feel me. I'm getting my lick back. That's how I feel.
Okay.
On a serious note.
Hold on. What lick back was what lick was given?
The way you come at people in the chat, and the way you got out on his daughter, and he felt disrespected, so he had to come back. Oh, I see his wife. I'm gonna say something to her. I'm gonna hype this up, and that's what he did. And it got back to word, and then you got on here want somebody to feel sorry for your sorry ass.
No, I never
he said
wanted
something to my
anybody.
wife.
I don't want
He
you to
said
feel.
something to my wife,
I don't
though.
want you to feel sorry for me now. I just tell the truth.
You don't tell no damn truth. You play too damn
Wait,
much. So
but-
when
so
you
you're
play
saying-
too much on
wait,
these
so you're saying-
airwaves
so
and
you're
in
saying
the
I was
chat,
lying?
don't.
Wait. Are you
don't
saying
think
you
it's
say I don't
coming
tell
back-
the truth? Or are you saying
Huh?
I was lying?
Who was telling the truth?
No, you said I didn't tell the truth. Are you saying that I was lying?
I mean, he said something to your wife. I don't know what was said.
He told you
But Brother
exactly what he
Powell
said.
could-
He told you what he said, which was the same thing that I said that he said.
Okay. Why you ain't meet him in the parking lot like he said? You know what time he get off. You know what time he come off that
hold on, there are
elevator,
two-
escalator,
there
whatever.
are two. Well, there are
Elevator,
more
really.
than two, but there's a few issues with that. Number one, I'm not a violent person. Number two,
You ain't got to be no violent. If it's all
yeah.
eating you alive and eating your damn soul up,
No, you
check
gotta
'em.
you gotta be a violent person. Number two,
No, you ain't got to be no violent
I would
person.
be a fool to meet him at his job. So then if I had to kill him, I can't even say I fear for my life, because what are they gonna say? Hold on, you fear for your life, but you went to meet him at his job. That don't make sense. I'm sorry, I'm a little smarter than that.
Bump,
I don't
eventually
fall
y'all
for stuff
bump
like
heads
that.
somewhere.
What?
Yeah, y'all bump heads. Don't go on with that soft rhetoric. Yeah, y'all bump heads in a minute.
Right,
somewhere y'all put Kroger's or at the bus line or somewhere.
I went to his job. I'm a little smarter than that.
I mean, you know, you don't come to no
I
man's
don't
job
know.
like
I'm
that.
a little smarter than that. That don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you
I
went
don't
to
know
his
if he's
job,
smarter,
but
but
you
yeah.
feared for your life. So what if you were so fearful of your life? Why did you come to his job? That's not smart.
Well, you got on here, one of us had sympathy for you. Like, he messed with my wife. He messed with my wife and all that. He said something to my wife.
He admitted that he did.
And then I took it like, damn. Then I had to think about it like, damn.
Wait,
he
he
said something to
admitted,
his wife.
twin, he admitted that he did.
Huh?
He told the same
Yeah, I know.
story that
I
I
heard.
told. So what are you talking about?
And then I thought about it. I'm like, these damn Livingston brothers, they be picking and everything at each on the chat and that people bringing up the past and all that, 1970s.
Some people
the
can't
judge
take the
did this
truth.
and all that. So somebody returned the favor, it's a problem. No, man, when that rabbit got the gun, sound off.
Some people
And
can't
I
take
might not
the
play
truth.
by your rules,
I'm
but
okay with
shit, I'm going to play these rules. I ain't going to play it fair, man. And so I don't have no sympathy for you or your brother.
I don't want
so
you
whatever
to have,
coming y'all
when
way,
did I ask you
I know.
for sympathy?
You want us? I was feeling a little bad though, a little bad for you.
Wait,
But when I thought about it,
wait.
it's the
Just
Livingston brothers
tell
and
me
stuff.
this. Tell me that you keep saying the Livingston brothers, and I hate the Livingston brothers. But tell me, when
Man,
did
you know what I'm Livingston brother.
When did I ask you for sympathy about anything?
I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody in the chat was listening to your little sad ass story, and I'm like, damn, he cold. I had to think about it the next. I'm like, Hell no, I ain't believing this shit.
Wait,
No, I don't got no sympathy for these
how don't
sorry ass Livingston brothers. They
no
both.
one asked you for sympathy, but now you're saying you don't believe it, even though he told you the exact same story. You still don't believe it.
I said,
So if
I believe it, but I
two
said I
people
was feeling
told the
sorry.
same
I was like,
story
I
with the same
was feeling sorry the
details,
way he came at your wife. That's what I'm saying, that part. I was feeling sorry the way he came at like, man, that's not no player shit.
But
He
wait a
should have
minute.
checked
But
him
you
like
said that
when he
now
saw him
you
or
don't
something like that, or
believe
called him
it.
on the phone.
Hold on, no, here's the part I want to understand. You
Huh?
said now you don't believe it. But he told the exact
I
same
didn't say
story
I don't
that
believe it.
you did. You
No.
just said it.
You're not even feeling me, man. What I'm
You
saying.
literally
I said
just
I had
said,
sympathy.
I
No,
believed you,
listen.
but
If
now
that's
I
your
don't
problem. You
believe
don't
you.
listen. You don't listen, man. That
You
mouth
don't
go get
listen.
you in trouble, like always.
You said you don't
Just listen
believe
for
it.
a minute. Just listen, man.
I
Just
did
listen. Can you
listen.
just listen? Just sit in your baby chair and just listen,
I
man.
did
Drink some
listen.
tea or
Wait,
whatever
hold on,
side
hold
you
on.
got on that.
Listen, answer this question. Are you still saying
What?
you don't believe the story?
I never said I don't believe it. What did you
Yes,
saying?
you
Quit putting
did.
words
You
in my
said
mouth. I
it just
believe
a
it.
few seconds
I
ago.
said, listen what I'm going to break it down dummy terms.
All
Listen,
right.
man.
Please
Damn,
break
just
it down.
listen, man.
Please break
You
it down
talking
dummy
too much.
terms. Break it down dummy terms.
Man, just listen.
Break it
I
down.
said, I was feeling, man, lower your voice, man.
Break it
Let me
down, nigga.
say it,
Down.
man. Come on, E. Damn. Hey, just listen, man, just for a
Oh
second.
my
Real
God! Will
talk.
you
I
break the
was
shit
saying,
down?
I was feeling, I was listening to you. I'm like, damn, Unc bogus for checking his wife like that. That ain't player. He should have checked E-Man, called him on the horn or something like that. I never said I didn't agree with it. I mean, I believe it. That's what I'm saying. I believe it, what he said and what you said. But my thing is this, y'all play too much. You Livingston brothers, like I said. So y'all want to dish out things in the
hate
chat
them
and
Livingston
talk about
brothers.
people, bring up the past. So when somebody return a favor, hey, ain't no fair robbery
Right.
to the
So
game, man.
look again. You have a
So
right
don't
to.
get on here acting,
Hold on.
he said something to
Hold
my
on.
wife.
You
Don't
have
say that.
wait.
When your ass dishing it out.
Wait, you have a right to
It's
believe.
called you reap what you
Oh my
sow, man.
goodness.
I know I have a
Twin,
right.
You have a right to believe that it's okay to confront a man's wife, even though you ain't got
I
the
didn't
heart to
say that.
confront him. You
I didn't
just
say that.
said it.
I didn't say
Oh
that.
my God, are you not listening to yourself?
You want me to say it like in a harsh way that I don't really believe. No, if you coming at my wife disrespectful, hell yeah, I'm gonna check that in the door. But this petty shit y'all got going on here, that's for the birds, man.
Oh my God.
That's radio talk.
You are
Anything
not.
that came from the damn
You're
buzz,
not
whatever,
even.
in the
You're not.
past, you should have just let it go.
You can't even
That man make
understand
$100,000.
what you're
That man
saying.
took my light bulb. He took my switch, my extension cord, my antenna. Man,
you-
leave that shit from the buzz.
You can't
That's in
even
the past,
understand
man.
what you're saying.
You bring that old shit up.
You can't
That's a
even
nice
understand what you're
laughing
saying.
stock moment.
1
But
minute
that's,
you don't
that's
believe
the
the
past,
story.
man.
1 minute you don't believe the story.
You-
The next minute you think it's okay to confront somebody's wife that you don't agree with. But then
No,
you
I
do
did. You
believe the
put words in
story.
my. I
And
never
then
said it.
you
I
shouldn't
never said
confront
it's
somebody.
okay.
What you just
I wouldn't want nobody
did.
do my lady like that.
Oh my God. Oh
But
my
I'm saying,
God.
what caused him to say something to you, babe? What caused him to say something to you?
Oh my
Well, I didn't ring his ass up. I'll give him the tissue right. Oh, what? I said, damn, babe, you
What?
bogus as hell for doing that. You ain't getting the tissue or
What in
something
the-
like that. I'll
what
be like,
in the
babe, you wrong
world-
for that.
What in the world?
Come on, man.
I don't even know what you're
It's the
talking
way,
about now.
it's the way you carry yourself. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I genuinely don't.
I'll check that in the door. Like, wife, you what you do? What's wrong, babe? What you do?
Nothing.
Why he
She
coming
was
at you
minding
like
her
that?
own business, going to a seminar.
Man. And then if he ain't see
hold on,
you,
just
though.
so I'm
He ain't
clear.
see you, so hey,
just so I'm clear.
I'm gonna check.
Hold
I'm
on, twin.
gonna say
Hold
something to his wife.
hold
If
on,
I see
twin.
Nate, I'm gonna say
Twin.
something to Nate.
Twin, just so I'm clear. So
Yeah.
now you're of the belief that my wife walked in and started a confrontation with him?
No, don't put words in my mouth. Don't switch the game like
You
that.
just
Don't
said
do that. Please
you
don't
gonna
do that
check
for
your
your.
wife to see
Don't
what
do
did
that for
you
your
do to
audience.
him.
I say
You're not
no.
making any sense.
If he didn't see you, he said, "Oh, he thought his mouth." Oh, I'm gonna say something to his wife. Oh, his wife ain't there. I'm going to say something to Nate. Oh, whoever that's close to you, he going to say something to. So he saw your wife. Whatever he said, and keep his name out your mouth and all that extra
Hold
stuff.
on, wait. Hold on.
He couldn't see
hold
Nate
on,
or
hold on,
something.
hold on. Just to be clear, he has seen Nate, and he didn't say a damn thing to Nate about it. He saw my brother and didn't tell my brother. Remember when Nate was in the studio? He didn't tell my brother, you need to tell your brother to keep my... He didn't do that. He waited until he saw a woman.
How many revolving doors?
He waited until he
how
saw
many
a
revolving doors
woman
was there?
alone.
No, don't try to justify that. He had about 50 interviews that day. You remember?
What difference do that
You
make?
think he had time to stop it? It make a
hold on,
whole
so
lot
he
of
don't
difference.
have-
Hey,
you really believe?
if he
you
really want
believe that he didn't have a moment to say to Nate, "You need to tell your brother not to say nothing about me or my family"? You really believe? How long did it take me to say that?
I'm pretty.
Hold on.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I'm
Why
asking
you
a
ain't call his
question.
phone?
How long did it take me to say that?
Why ain't call his phone?
How long
I
did
don't
it
know
take
how
me
long
to
it took
say
you.
that? Hold on. What time it? You ready?
A minute or two.
No. You ready?
A minute or two, right?
No. Count. You
What?
ready? In 3, 2, 1. You need to tell your brother to stop talking about me and my family. Stop. How long did that take?
About 30 seconds, 15 seconds.
What? What kind of counting was you doing?
I'm not. You said 3, 2, 1. So you said 3 seconds it took?
That only took, maybe 5 seconds. If 5 seconds, that might have took 5 seconds. You telling me he didn't have 5 seconds to confront my male brother?
Don't you say that man 75 years old and he need assistance and all that? Remember you used to say that? You said it the other day. That man 75, he need assistance. He can't do it by himself. The boards. Remember you used to say that?
That's the board.
So that man probably need help.
That's
Let
the
me
boards.
get this out. What?
Nothing. Look, you got a right to believe
Man,
what you
come
want
on,
to believe.
man. You try to justify this stuff,
you
man.
got a right to
so
believe
when somebody
what
dish
you
it
want.
out, hey, don't think the favor's gonna be a good favor.
Hey, you got a right to
When
believe
you
what
get
you
it in
want to
return.
believe.
I know I got a right to believe and stuff. I have to think
I just
about
tell the truth.
them Livingston brothers is bogus.
I
Them
agree.
Livingston brothers is bogus.
I
That's
agree.
how I feel about
I
it.
hate those Livingston brothers. I hate them.
Man, you know Livingston, whoever. Some Livingston, some
I don't like
whatever.
the
You know what I'm
Livingston
talking about,
brothers. I tell you
Emanuel
that
Nathan.
much. I don't like the Livingston brothers.
Hey, did they say what he was it first degree murder or second?
It was second.
Oh, dang. Should have hit him with the first. Dang.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
thought
how
that
much
she brought it on
what the
herself.
Illinois?
Okay.
Huh?
Nothing. You thought
What
she
you
brought
say?
it on herself, but now you want first degree murder.
No, I thought it was first degree murder. I didn't know if it was second degree murder.
Okay.
But if you get I forgot how much time that is in Illinois.
Up to 20
Whatever,
years.
but I knew it. Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm glad they moved out of Springfield, that racist ass city. They moved to Peoria and all that. Because if you'd have probably been in Springfield, they probably would have found him not guilty or hit him with the manslaughter.
I think
Like
if
the
you
other
would have been
officer
on the
did,
jury, they'd have probably found him not guilty.
You said what?
If you'd have been on the jury, they'd have probably found him not guilty.
Why is that?
Because you thought that he wasn't guilty. You said she brought it on herself.
Man, that's your belief, like you said.
It's what you said. You said it.
That's Emanuel. That's Emanuel. Someone who don't agree and don't know. So I understand where it's coming from.
What is going on today? What's going on today? Why are people?
Why
are people
you know what's going on?
to stuff and then
get
saying
your mind
that
right.
what
That's
they
what's going on.
ain't what happened?
Get your mind. You want to take your anger out on me because I checked you and everything on the radio station. But you want to take it out on me. You had to go take a break. So-called say you pick up your granddaughter, but you did. You had to go take a drink and everything because you mad. You mad and your feelings, you and your feet. So stop it, man. You need to
blamed that lady for getting shot.
Hey, I'm not gonna take me a nap, man. Get ready for tonight. It's been real. I'm not gonna howl like Fame and everything, or not no whoop on your ass or none of that. But you be safe, man. Ow!
What was that? He is just so confused. But let's just stick to the lady in Illinois. He admitted that he said she brought it on herself. What is going on? Is today the day where you admit that you did stuff, but then say that you didn't do it? And people actually fall for it. People actually fall for it. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. But he don't feel sorry for me. I ain't asked nobody to feel sorry for me. Again, I just tell the truth. That's what I do. I tell the truth. And if people don't like the truth, I don't know what to tell you. But we was talking about cereal. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about cereal. But yeah. I'm sorry. Look, I know some of y'all like certain people, but it's what was it, Maya Angelou? I'm sure it was somebody else. And when somebody tell you who they are, believe them. How do somebody tell you I did it, but I didn't really do it? And then people like, yeah, he didn't do it. He told you that he did. He told you exactly what he did. And then you're like, nah, he didn't do that. Why would he say he did if he didn't? That don't make sense. But again, people like who they like. And if you like who you like, it's like people who like Trump. Trump said he grabbed him by the vagina, and they said he didn't grab nobody by the vagina. He just said that. People believe what they want to believe. Again, I will keep telling the truth about everything. I'm good at stirring the pot. I've never heard that expression. I always thought it was the pot. If you stir the pot, don't it explode? Maybe not. I don't know. I hate those Levinson brothers. I hate them. Yo Underwood said, Mr. Ware. Emanuel, Mr. Ware said your wife was laughing with him, though. What was she supposed to do? Hit him? Because I'm going to just pick this story apart just a little bit. Just a little bit. I saw her and I yelled out to her, tell your husband, right? If that was the extent of it, how did they have time to get into a laughing, jovial conversation? Let's play this out for a second. Hey, you need to tell your husband to stop talking about me and my family. And then she's over here like, oh, and he over there, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. How you doing? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. But then later on, even Brother Powell, which I hate that his name got brought up because he's a good dude. I talked to him and he wasn't really trying to have nothing to do with any of that. Brother Powell came up after the conversation was already going on. So what, did he stand in the middle of the room and interject himself into the conversation? How many times have you as a person, seen a conversation with people yelling from across the room, one line across the room, and you had enough time to come, in the middle of the room and get into the conversation? Come on, y'all, that don't even make sense. I tell you what does make sense. For somebody to walk up to somebody and tell them, you need to tell your husband to stop talking about me and my family. And that person to be a little caught off guard and be like, oh, what's going on? I don't even know what are you talking about? This, da, 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 da. And the conversation goes on. And then as that conversation is going on, somebody from across the room sees the conversation and comes over and joins the conversation. Which make more sense? Was it a one-line conversation? If it was a one-line conversation, how did the laughing and whatnot go on? And again, we timed it. Somebody timed it, I'm sure. How long does it take to say, you need to tell your husband to stop talking about me and my family? That's not a conversation that gives somebody time to come across the room and join in, is it? But I don't, again, I wasn't there. So, maybe every part of that conversation is true. It was a real quick one-liner from all the way across the room, which turned into a long laughing, joking across the room conversation, which gave an opportunity. But that one, he said it really slow. Hey, you need to tell your husband. And then as that line was so stretched out, it gave somebody else an opportunity to come into the middle of the conversation. He was just talking real slow that day. It doesn't even make sense. But people believe what they want to believe. D says, if you was there, then what? He wouldn't have did it. Same way he didn't do it to my brother. He waited until he saw a woman alone and confronted her. He would not have done it. All right, I'm finished with it again. Done. Let me see. So, back to me teaching my granddaughter about generic and non-name brand or store brand stuff. Oh. Diane said, y'all need to have a Kool-Aid summit and become cordial. Okay, I'm sorry. Only because somebody else brought it up. Here's my other question. It's been at least, June? So June, July, August, September, October. 5 months. It's been at least 5 months since his daughter called me short and I called her fat. 5 months. So why would you see my wife 5 months later? There hasn't been not a single other instance where she came at me and I responded. In 5 months, not once. Haven't brought her up because I haven't needed to because she hasn't attacked me. I haven't said her name. I haven't said anything about her physical condition. None of that. In 5 months, at least 5 months. Why would you see my wife and say, you need to tell him to stop talking about me and my family? He stopped 5 months ago. Why would you do that? It's not like it's a pressing issue if it happened 5 months ago. It hasn't happened since. It's just a question. I be thinking, I just be thinking. Oh. All right. Oh. Shahira says, I'm really curious if she felt it was a confrontation or if that's the interpretation that was made. I'd really like to hear her tell the story. See, that's the crazy part. How, in what world, is that not a confrontation? Tell me the circumstances under which a man walking up to a woman and saying to her, let's make it as pleasant as possible. Hi, you need to tell your husband to stop talking about me and my family. In what way is that not confronting this person? Give me the definition, Shahara, of confrontation that excludes that. Just, I'm curious. You're curious if she felt it was a confrontation. I'm telling you, give me the definition of a confrontation that is not one man walking up to one woman, telling her out of anger to tell her husband to not do something that the husband did 5 months ago. Tell me in what world, way, shape, or form is that not a confrontation? Even if said pleasantly, tell me, please tell me. You're saying, see, you missed my first comment. I said, I think the issue is your definition and his definition of confrontation are two different things. So I'm asking you tell me a definition where walking up to someone's wife to complain about that person's behavior is not a confrontation. That's all I'm asking. You tell me. In what definition is it not a confrontation? I'm open to learn. Look, maybe I'm wrong. Shahira says out of anger. She said he said it with anger. Or what was his tone? So you tell me what tone makes that not a confrontation? I'm listening. I'm open. Tell me what tone makes that not a confrontation. By definition, that's a confrontation. By definition. So you're saying if I confront you politely, it negates the fact that I confronted you? I just want to understand by what definition is a confrontation not a confrontation if the tone is polite? No. I'm asking, not Shannon C says, I think you're asking in what context. No, I'm asking definition wise. Because, look, me approaching somebody to tell them to tell somebody to do something is, in my mind, by definition, a confrontation. So, no, I'm not asking necessarily what context. I'm asking, give me the definition that excludes that from being a confrontation. Simple question. And I'm not even saying you got to think it's wrong. Bridget says, it's like passing a message and he probably thought she would try to fix it or something, or I'm assuming they know each other and he not mad at her. I wouldn't have felt he was confronting me. Oh, that's sad. So you think it was a question? You think he was saying, you need to tell your husband to stop talking about me and my family? Question mark. You think he was asking a question? Bridget, hear me when and this is just me and my definition. If you are out and about and some man walks up to you and tells you, you need to tell so-and-so whatever, because he got beef with so-and-so, he just confronted you about it. No matter how many times or ways he say he didn't confront you, he just confronted you. Because if he just wanted to pass a message, again, he's seen Nate at least 2 times, face to face. He could have passed that message to my brother. It's the reason he didn't do that to my brother. And I've seen a few people say this. Just to clear it up, I would never confront Mrs. Ware about anything like that. If I were to see Mrs. Ware and she were to speak to me, which I don't know if she would or she wouldn't, I don't know, I would just say, hey, how you doing? Everything going good. It's good to see you. All right. There's no part of me that would say to his wife, You need to tell your husband to stop talking shit about me on the radio. No part of me would do that, period. It ain't because I'm scared to do it. It's just I'm an honorable guy. Why would I involve her in something she's not involved in? Why would I do that? It's an honorable guy. And as far as I'm concerned, honorable men don't confront men's wives about something that happened 5 months ago that you still mad about. But that's just the way I see it. Look, we all, you know what I'm saying? Twin said he believed it's okay to confront a man's wife. He got a right to feel that way. Shahira said maybe walking up to a woman, telling her you need to tell your husband this is not a confrontation. She got a right to feel that way. I'm not telling anybody how to feel. I'm just telling y'all what happened. And then y'all don't even have to take my word, because he confirmed what I said. He confirmed that he said what I said he said. And y'all can make all the excuses for it that y'all want to make. And y'all can feel however y'all want to feel. I'm not asking nobody to take sides. Trust me, I'm cool. Like I said, it'll be dealt with. And not at his job. But you can believe what you feel, how you want to feel about it, and think what you want to think about it. But again, none of this has anything to do with that. That anger today didn't have anything to do with this. That anger today had to do with the fact that I said he took somebody else's spot on that honor flight, because he did. Shahira says, when I think of a confrontation, I think of someone getting in your face in an intimidating manner, in a threatening way, voices raised, energy intensified. From the way he described it, it sounded like she passed by while he was doing a remote, and he said, tell your husband to keep my family name out your mouth. From the way he described it, he didn't yell it or say it in a threatening way. I'm just going off how he described it, that's all. And that's what you would do. But again, you will ignore the inconsistencies in his story. Because if she just passed by and he just said it, how did the confrontation last long enough for them to have a conversation and laugh about it, and for somebody else to join the conversation? And did he join the conversation from across the room as she was passing by? It's not consistent. But again, you can believe what you want to believe, because that's what you want to believe. And I'm okay with it. Again, I'll deal with it. What's the inconsistency? I just told you what the inconsistency was. You ever walk past somebody and they said something and that was that? How long does it take for someone to walk past somebody and say something? Long enough to turn into a jovial conversation that somebody else joins in? That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. But, again, look, Donald Trump said he grabbed him by the vagina, but he didn't really grab him by the vagina. That was just locker room talk. You can believe what you want to believe. I'm comfortable with you believing whatever you believe. Tierra says, I don't have a dog in this fight, but in regards to the 5-month part Ain't no time limit or expiration date on disrespect, especially when it comes to my kids. I'm sorry, if your kids involve themselves in something, I don't know that it's. I disagree that it's disrespect. Tiara, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you know, call me a little short ass whatever, I'm probably gonna call you a fat ass whatever. Now, if you don't call me that, I'm probably not gonna call you that. So, who's disrespecting who? I don't look at return and serve, as some people call it, as disrespect. If you insult me first, and then I insult you in return, you were the disrespectful one. And if that happened 5 months ago, I'm not confronting whoever because you don't have a wife about it. That's just the truth. Jericho said, man called and confronted me about Emanuel, so the females who support Lincoln do so at your own risk. They do. They can't help it. For it to turn into a laughing conversation makes me question it being a confrontation. So I'm curious as to hear how he described this missing part and how she described it since you weren't there. Again, you can believe what you want to believe. I don't find it, you know what I'm saying? Look, as a woman, what was she supposed to do, Saki? A lot of times, a women's defense mechanism is if there's an aggression going on from a man and you turn it into something different. You disarm it with humor or something like that. And then you get out of there. Or at least you try to disarm it with humor. And then you get out of there. But if you think, again, Shahara, if you think that not a confrontation makes, good. Good. Because, again, some of this stuff, it's just where society is. This is where society is. Men confronting women should be unheard of. But I'm old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned. Shahira says, I'm not siding with anyone. You clearly are. You can't say you're not siding with anyone when you said, I'm just taking his word for it. Again, maybe we have different definitions of what a confrontation is. And we have different definitions of what side you take. If two people tell a story and you say, well, I take that person's story as the truth. You did take a side. Almost again, by definition. Like you went to college. How do you not know some of this stuff? But we all know how you feel about him. How do I feel about him? Please tell me how you think I feel about him. Since you weren't there, your interpretation will be automatically biased a certain way. And his wouldn't. Like he very calmly and politely across the room said, you need to tell your husband. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Well, look, again, you can believe, even if you believe him, it's still a confrontation. And again, you can think it's okay. I'm not telling you to not think it's okay. I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay for any, let alone, let's take Lincoln out of it. Let's take Lincoln out of it. I'm not confronting any man's wife over what he did. You think that's okay. You got a right to think that. Tierra say, when I got attacked by a man at Black Politico, I piped up. I don't know what you mean by piped up. I guess it depends on the woman and the situation. And the situation. If you just show up innocently going to a seminar and you see somebody and they like, we'll use Brother Powell, right? Since he's loosely involved, right? Let's say I hadn't talked to Brother Powell and I saw you at church where I saw you. And I'm like, hey, Tierra. And you're like, what? And I'm like, he your uncle, right? You need to tell your uncle to keep his mouth out of my wife's business. That's what you need to do. We scrapping in the church? Or you probably, I don't know you, but you might just be like, okay, whatever, Emanuel. How you doing? To diffuse the situation. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But maybe you would, start hollering, or I'm assuming that's what piped up means. Maybe you would start hollering and screaming and stuff. I don't know. But the thing is, I wouldn't confront you about something your uncle did, or your brother did, or your eventual husband that's 6'5" did. I wouldn't do that because I'm a man. And I don't understand how, society has changed to where that's okay. But again, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. Tierra say, my personality, I would have been like, do I look like him or do I look like a messenger? Neither. So I don't have to yell. I have a slick mouth. And then what would you say after that? We standing there. What would you say after that? Some people would just be like, switch up the whole energy. Lamont talking about invite Lincoln to church. You can have a congregation. I don't want nobody to beat nobody. I am not for violence unless it's in self-defense or defense of others. I am not for violence. Why do people think I want to see violence? I actually, this is true. This is 100% true. I actually had somebody call me and offer an old man to, do an act of violence. I don't want to see no two old men, being violent towards each other. I don't know what people be thinking. Just like I wouldn't confront somebody's wife. I wouldn't send somebody to beat somebody up. I'm not into violence. I am into truth. But I'm not into violence. Just not. So yeah, please stop thinking I want to see somebody beat him up. I could have had that. People don't. Somebody legitimately, somebody offered that. Like no, no, absolutely not. Because it was a grown man who was offended by a grown man confronting a man's wife. Because that's the way we used to, that's the way people used to think. People used to actually think that was wrong. People used to actually think that was wrong. Who out here selling senior citizens? It was somebody, you know, it's old people who still about that life. It's old people out here who's still about that life, and they like, man, that was so wrong. I got a guy that'll do this and that'll do that, and I'm like, no, no. No violence. No violence. No. I'm against violence. Except in cases of self-defense. And I genuinely believe in cases of self-defense, you go all the way in. It's life or death. Now, on this, I know that's an extreme view. I know it. But that's what I believe. If you got to defend yourself, it's to the death. The battle ain't over till one of us dead. The boxing gloves. Boxing gloves don't do nothing. The battle ain't over till one of us dead. So that's why I'm like, I would never engage in acts of violence and stuff like that. Never. You go to jail trying to fight an old man. Exactly. It's really a no. I mean, for real, think about, hold on. Check out this headline. Man arrested after attacking 75-year-old veteran who just came home from an honor flight. What? I can't even get a fair trial. No. Can we move this out of America? You know what I'm saying? There is no place where you know what I'm saying? You a hero. Well, I was defending my wife's honor. Bro, you killed a 75-year-old veteran just after he came home from an honor flight. There is no win there. None. So you deal with things a different way. Right. That is a horrible headline. You do not want to be in that headline. You don't want to be in that headline. Yeah. Alethea says, I wouldn't have told you. I understand that. But, see, it would have been an issue if that happened and then I found out and she didn't tell me. That would be an issue. We would have trust issues at that point. Connie Pillage would light your A up. Yes, she would. Any prosecutor in the country would. It's a no-win. It's legitimately a no-win situation in that. So then what do? You just pass along the information. You just pass along the information. And you deal with it other ways. Um, Twin talking about two men charged for stealing each other's bacon and ginger snaps. Oh, Sadiq said, I tell my husband everything, especially like things we're discussing. Right, right. That yeah. And again, I realize, there are some women who, I don't know, in the society we in, the I don't need no man society. Like, oh, it ain't that big of a deal. But I'm not a part of that society. I'm a part of society where, we honor women and we protect them. If they come at you sideways, they start insulting you, well, you can throw some stuff back their way. But that's about it. That's about it. I was gonna tell another story, but I might not tell that story. I might not tell that story. It don't help the situation. All right, y'all. I gotta get ready to get out of here. Because y'all got me talking about that too long, and I didn't want to talk about it. I talked about it at the very top of the first portion of the show, and I thought I was finished with it until somebody else brought it up. No, I do not want to fight. I do not want to fight. Period. Do not want to fight anyone. Literally ever. If I go through the rest of my life and never have a fight, I'll be a happy guy. If I go through the rest of my life and never have to, use a gun, I'll be a happy guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You buy a gun for home protection. Now, you do have some people, when they buy a gun for home protection, they're like, ooh, I hope somebody break in my house. Give me a reason to use it. I think those are maniacs. You know what I'm saying? You got, because it's a real thing. You have people who have guns, concealed carry permits, all of that kind of stuff, just waiting for a reason to use it. Like, George Zimmerman. Just waiting for a reason to use it. Ooh, I hope I run into somebody stealing something at the store so that I can pull my gun out and shoot, Me, I'm like the opposite of it. I bought my gun hoping that I never had to shoot nobody. Like, I hope nobody ever breaks in my house. I hope I never had to pull this thing out. Hope the only time that I use this is, at the range. When I go to the little gun range, I hope that's the only time that I ever had to use that. Yeah, some people, the opposite way. Oh, Black Lion, I would tell him that to his face. So, Carolyn says, did you and LW ever really like each other? If so, when did the dislike begin? It's funny, I was telling somebody that earlier today. And since this is all we talk about on this little show, anyway. Initially, Lincoln is the one who hired me. And when I would do his show, we had a great relationship. when I started doing Bad Boys of the Buzz with Jay and start getting some attention, that's when, he start saying and doing little stuff. Like, you try to sabotage my show, and you trying to this and you trying to that. And I really just kind of ignored it. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, we got a great working relationship. I do plenty of stuff to help his show. Like, I don't understand. So for years, I just didn't understand. It was little stuff, and I just didn't understand it. Like, what's happening? What's going on? Then it turned like really aggressive when they made me do a show. Until they made me do a show, it was little stuff. But then once they made me do a show and people start saying, oh, he's good. Oh, he does a good show. So on and so forth. Then it became, I know you want my show. I know you want my show. You can't have it. You can't have it. And I'm like, I don't want your show. I don't even want to be doing a show. No, not when I start doing the show. When I start filling in for him. Because they got to a point where when he would be gone, I would fill in for him. And people would, say, hey, man, you did a good job. And then next thing I know was, I know you want my show. I know you want my show. I don't want your show. I don't want a show. I have been offered to do a show, I don't know how many times, and said, no, thank you. Because I like being behind the scenes. I like being behind the scenes. I liked being the super producer. You know what I'm saying? I like being the guy that when I was sitting at the board, everybody knew their show was going to run smooth. So they didn't have to worry about that. When I was sitting behind the board, everybody knew, I was going to, kind of talk into their ear and feed them little stuff here and there if need be. Everybody knew if they got stuck, and I was on that other side of the board, they could say, what do you think, Emanuel? And I would have something, give them something to play off of. I'll be honest, it wasn't always exactly what I thought, but it was what I thought was best for the show. So if the conversation is, sex before marriage, and everybody's, the show is stuck because everybody's saying there shouldn't be any sex before marriage. And they say, well, what do you think, Emanuel? I'm going to be like, I would question that no sex before marriage part. Because what about, blah, blah, blah. Give them something to feed off of to feed the conversation. Where I would never say, well, I believe you should have sex before marriage. But I would ask a question to give them another direction to go because you're stuck. So I enjoyed being that guy. But that's when all the animosity kind of started. And, you get to a point, at least me, I'm not going to take it. So that you're going to keep accusing me of doing something, I'm going to respond. I'm going to tell you something. And, then that's where the hostility kind of started. And then he got a group of white people together and had them go to our advertisers and call corporate to try to get me fired. Again, you can ask him. Well, last time he lied about it, but he admitted that himself. And, then ever since then, I didn't trust him. Because you literally had white people to try to get me fired. Not against white people. Because these were racist white people who were his friends. So that's how everything started. That's how everything started. And, then it just kind of grew from there. And I call myself, even though when I think back on it, because I wouldn't be talking about it now if I had actually let it go. But I kind of call myself letting it go and resetting. But it continued to get, worse and worse and worse. And then, when they made me the APD, oh, that took it to a whole nother level. And that's the truth. Told you, I just tell the truth. I just tell the truth. Hold on, Alethea. I saw your question. I remember when he called his daughter fat. Uh, uh, why did you talk about his daughter's weight? And don't skip my question. Anybody who has paid any attention knows that woman loves to take shots at me. Anybody who's paid any attention. And again, it's kind of the same story. Like, I take it, I accept it. It is what it is. But then you get to a point where, okay, you want to keep inserting yourself into a situation that's got nothing to do with you, and then you want to start attacking me. I defy anybody to ever come up with one instance where I started something with her. Ever. You won't be able to. Because that's just not who I am. I don't start stuff with people. I respond when people start stuff with me after I've let it go on for a while, and then I'm tired of it. So to answer your question, why did I talk about her weight? Because she talked about my height. And she meant it as an insult. And you can only insult me so many times before I insult you back. And again, look, calling me short don't offend me. I'm 5'5". Like, it's like saying you're black. No doubt. People say, you got gray hair. And I think I'm supposed to be offended by it. But I'm like, I can see. You know what I'm saying? I know I got gray hair. Like, you don't have to. I know that was meant to be an insult, but it don't hit the way you want it to hit because, what you're saying is true. What you're saying is true. I have gray hair. I'm 5'5". You know what I'm saying? I'm short. I'm gray haired. Whatever the issue is, sure, it's true. But you don't call yourself attacking somebody when you got a weakness exposed. If you sensitive about your weight, don't be insulting people. Because then somebody might say, and you fat. And then how you going to be all bent out of shape when you started attacking somebody thinking you was going to tear them down? And all they had to say was one thing to break you down. Don't attack people. Leave people alone. Ron hung up. That was wrong. Man, you don't attack people. You leave them alone. I defy anybody to tell me any time when I've ever started something with anybody. When somebody was just on the radio talking about their own business, okay, it might be one or two times. But when somebody was on the radio just talking, I'm going to say where I meant it to be an insult. Where somebody was on the radio just talking and I was like, you know what, bitch, you fat. You're not going to find one. Because that's not how I do. That's not who I am. I don't get down like that. But yeah, if you on the radio and you like, you little short, I'm going to be like, and then don't let me know. I know you sensitive about your weight. You're going to be roly-poly all day. When you could have avoided that and just not said anything. Ron.
What up?
Hey, what's going on?
Your answer machine kicked on.
Oh, I thought I clicked the button.
Nah. Okay. So you don't believe in astrology and all that stuff, right?
No.
And you already expressed that to me. But One thing about a Libra, just like you said, you can't cross a Libra because you got hell to pay. And sometimes you gotta, stifle that shit out. I learned that. I learned that shit the hard way. Now, you know, if you look at the last three shows that you did in 2024, I just want you to look at it. And I want you to realize I was trying to squash some shit with you for a long time. And, I mean, I,
Wait, hold on.
I could,
Wait a minute. What do you mean you was trying to squash some stuff with me?
no, because I ain't gonna talk over everybody to squash whatever I need to squash with you.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute.
But
I want you to know I only asked that because I never knew we had anything to squash.
no, yeah, but when when I talk to you, you will understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
And it's
But
a
just so I'm
trip.
clear, are you saying that at
I
some point at the end of 2024, you and me had issues? We had beef?
Oh no, I determined you had beef with me based upon the last three shows of 2024.
Okay.
Now, the reason that I'm saying this,
Okay.
okay, like I said, Libra has, little traits, and we fair and we balance, and we don't we try to keep the balance. And if you disturb our peace, you fucked up you done fucked up. You done barked up the wrong tree. I mean, anybody that's a Libra will tell you that.
No.
Okay, and what Nate was telling you that I went off on him about, it, when you hang up with me, when you disconnect from the show, talk to him and tell him or ask him exactly what I said, or tell him to give you what I sent to him. And what I'm saying is, everything, man, don't have to be that. They don't have to be that way. I know if you saying that you gonna have to handle it in another situation, and you'll handle it later, then I know what that means. Especially being a man. I don't know exactly what you're gonna do, but being a man and being a Libra, I know that it's gonna be inappropriate, and I know it's gonna be inappropriate, and I'm asking you, man, just pump your brakes for a minute, just reconsider. And I understand. Everybody know that when you attack me, I always go in. Like they say, I act crazy, whatever. If you attacking me, if I feel like you attacking me, I'm gonna go in.
But
I handle
General,
shit a little different, but we handle shit the same. I'm asking you, do not make Lincoln whoop your ass because of what you gonna do.
oh,
I know
I'm not
I was
concerned about
joking when
that at
I
all.
said that. I was joking when I said that.
I know.
But in all seriousness, man, some things, man. You gonna have your fun. You gonna trolling like you normally trolling, especially now You Lincoln, I thought Lincoln was going to have a conniption fit or a heart attack this afternoon. Come on, man. Like, Lincoln, don't care for me, and I really don't care for his ass. But, you know, stall him out, man. Stall him out.
I didn't say nothing, but
All right?
he took somebody's spot on that honor flight because he did.
No, no, that's all you said today. Oh man, hey, hey man, stall him out, man. You know his secret. Stop, please. Stall him out, man. All right,
I'm not
okay.
100% sure
Just
what
think
that
about it.
means, but
When
okay.
you watch them last three shows and you tell Nate to send you that what I sent him. You, like I said, stall him out, man. Stall him out.
I don't know what that
All
means.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm not like cool and hip.
Okay.
So
No, I mean, you had your fun. You gonna troll him, but whatever you had planned and all that other little stuff, just uh, right? Yeah, right.
no, I'm pretty sure the plan is gonna happen. I actually might
Oh,
stop. No, I might stop commenting on his show because I'm really not here to, you know what I'm saying, create I just be having fun in the chat for the most part. So I might even
I
stop
know.
commenting in his chat because that ain't where it's
Oh.
at. Um, but
And
but
he would be nervous as hell, and everybody else should be too. Don't like I said, man. You don't want that shit to get out of hand. For real, you don't want that shit
No,
to
I
get out of
don't.
hand.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'll probably stop commenting in the chat and all that kind of stuff because I don't want it to get out of hand. Because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, lose my life and I don't want to take his life. So, because trust
Oh,
me, if it go
Jesus.
down, one of us ain't making it out. Take my word for that. So I don't want that to happen. That's why I'm like I might stop commenting in his chat and all of that kind of stuff, and just let that be whatever it is. But the reckoning must come.
You can't be talking about beating up no 85-year-old man.
That's why I'm not talking about beating up no 85-year-old man. The reckoning is not anything physical. Nothing. I don't believe in violence. I don't understand why y'all don't understand that. I don't believe in violence. I'm not talking about catching him in no dark. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in violence.
All right. You know nigga got some snitches on here. He gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning watching that shit. Man, you be cool.
I will do my best.
All right,
All right.
100.
97. I didn't know me and Ron had a problem. At the end of 2024, the last three shows, me and Ron had an issue with each other. I don't remember that. Maybe I blacked out. I don't remember having any issues with Ron. I remember disagreeing with a lot of stuff that he said, but I don't remember having any issues with Ron. Maybe I'm the problem. Oh. Oh, I don't remember me and Ron having issues. I remember we having I think people hear disagreements and they think that equates to issues. But I'm in the talk space. Like we can go at it. But actually be saying words. All right. Have a good rest of your day. You do the same. God bless you. God bless you too. Boom. Like I don't take this stuff personal. You know what I'm saying? When Twin calls in and say all the nonsense that he say and, all the cussing and calling me this and that, I don't take that stuff personal. We in this talk space. So I don't remember me and Ron's issue back in 2024. But whatever happened, Ron, I apologize to you, my brother. I'm not laughing. I apologize. I'm just thinking about some of the calls that Ron has said, and butt naked alias keep popping into my head, and so I'm trying to not laugh about some of the calls, but be serious about apologizing to a brother that apparently I did wrong, or you know what I'm saying. At the very least, I did things to irritate. It was not my intention, sir. So I apologize sincerely from the heart. And remember it, but it was not my intention. Ron!
What up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm high in the motherfucker.
Why?
Because I'm off work.
Oh, that makes sense. Hey, if I'm off work, you know what that means. What that mean? I'm high. So, okay, I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll smoke a joint or two. 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. May I ask you for real, and this is an honest question.
Respect.
Why do you smoke? Period.
Because I like that shit.
What?
I like it.
I
I like smoking weed.
Why? Why?
Why?
Yes.
Why? I'm going to give you an answer like you would give 20, because I'm grown.
That's not an answer that I would give. I would really dig deep into
well,
myself.
Well, I ain't going to explain myself. I
Okay.
like smoking weed, and I'll be chilling.
Okay,
You know
may I
what I'm
ask
saying?
you
Keep
a
my
different
weight up.
question?
I'm listening.
Why did you start smoking weed? Because initially you didn't know and you didn't like it. The first time you smoked weed, what made you do that? What led you to that decision?
Well, I didn't drink. You know what I'm saying? So I can't remember. I couldn't tell you. You know what? My mama didn't smoke cigarettes and shit.
Okay.
And she used to keep ashtrays up under the couch. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I lit one up, and that's what the fuck happened.
Okay. That makes sense. Out of curiosity as a young person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that was the whole question. No judgment, no nothing. I ask people these questions, which, like when I asked you the first question, because I'm grown, a lot of people don't really, dig deep inside of themselves to ask themselves why they do some of the things that they do. They just do without, kind of without even thinking about it. And so I ask these questions so that I have an idea of where people do, or what puts people in the position to make those type of decisions. And a lot of times I use those when dealing with my own kids to help kind of steer them away from it, because of all of the reasons that people try it in the first place. I wanted to kind of do my best to not put them in the situations where they would make those same decisions for the same reasons. But yours being just out of curiosity, that makes sense to me.
And also, I'm a musician too, as well. But it has some properties to it. You know what I'm saying? To keep your appetite right. You know what I'm saying? To keep you cleaning up, working out, doing the, you know what I'm saying? Well, it do for me.
Okay.
It do for me. I like the herb.
Okay.
I like the herb. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody, goddamn it, but if the whole world smoked a joint, we'd be all right.
Okay. Can I ask you this? What if
Yes, sir.
instead of smoking, is that you can't smoke no more, but you can have, say edibles or something like that. Would
Nah,
you?
that motherfucker, that's a whole nother, nah, that's a whole
So
nother
you
shit.
wouldn't you
You
wouldn't be willing to
ziggity boo.
switch it up. You like
You
the
be
feeling
ziggity
of the
boo. Go
smoking.
on. Huh?
You like the feeling of the
My bad.
smoking, not just the effects of the weed.
Hold on.
Hello?
I like, yeah, I'm smoking.
Okay.
I like, I like,
Oh
I
Lord.
like to smoke.
Okay.
I like to smoke. Yeah, I don't want to eat the shit.
Okay.
It's different when you eat it. You be ziggity boo, for real.
You
Looking
don't
at the clock like,
you don't want to be ziggity boo?
nah, for what? You out of your mind. You just want to be right. Well, me, I can't speak for another motherfucker. I ain't finna be ziggity boo out this motherfucker. And I'm gonna smoke my weed, sip my little gin or cognac, goddamn it, and drink my Guinness.
Okay.
That be it. I ain't getting all.
Now, as a person who really only had one experience with weed as a little kid, what's the difference between like being, I'm gonna say, Ron high and ziggity boo? What's the difference?
Oh, ziggity boo, nigga, you fucked up.
But you sound fucked up.
Ziggity boo.
So I'm trying to understand the
I
difference.
ain't ziggity boo though. I ain't ziggity boo though. You know what ziggity boo is, E
So
man.
wait, so
You
you
come out
saying
in what, 88, 89?
I came out in '88? So you saying that okay, you fucked
You
up
know what
right now.
ziggity boo is.
But hold on, you fucked up right now. We
No,
can
I'm
hear you.
high. I ain't fucked up. I'm
Bro,
high.
you kind of
If
fucked up.
I was fucked up, I would be talking to you.
No.
I'm
I'm
high.
saying you kind of fucked up. At least to the
I'm high.
lay person, you sound like you fucked up.
No.
So that's why I'm trying to understand the difference between fucked up
How they sound?
and
How do I sound fucked up? What makes me sound fucked up?
your tone, kind of the words that you're saying, um, the I'm
My,
like you moving from
my tongue. Why can't I? How you know I
aggression
ain't
to
just no
relax.
mellow motherfucker? How
That's what
you
I'm
know
saying.
I ain't no skinny Barry White or something,
That's what I'm
nigga?
saying. You moving from aggression to relaxation, like that. Um, the
Oh,
amount of
okay.
time between words and statements, it sounds weird. The hold on, what you doing? I'm smoking. Stuff like that make you sound like you fucked up right now. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. You might not be. I'm just saying to the lay person, you sound fucked up.
Respect.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand the difference between.
That ain't making no. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm trying to understand the difference between this, what I'm hearing, and ziggity boo.
You know what ziggity boo is. We can't. Ziggity boo is ziggity boo.
You can't use a
You know what
word to
ziggity boo
define
is.
the word. I don't know what that means.
I ain't never been ziggity boo, but I done seen you done seen the motherfucker ziggity boo.
Okay, well, describe it to me.
What's a ziggity boo motherfucker? A ziggity boo motherfucker is the motherfuckers that be off of that shit. Walking all in the street, sitting in the street. A motherfucker just walk through a door. Some of that kind of shit. You know what ziggity boo is, E? Come on, man.
Okay, I'm
You
still
know
not
what I'm talking
100%
about.
clear on it, but okay, I'll just accept that people who are maybe so out of control that they're doing abnormal things and they don't even realize that they're doing those abnormal things.
If you want to say it like that, respect.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you 100% off track because I'm certain that was not what you called
I
for.
ain't tripping. I'm here. I'm rolling. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm
Okay.
cool.
So what's on your
I'm
mind?
cool. Whole bunch of shit. It's just racing through. I can't even pick one.
And you telling me
What
that
happened to
ain't
the
Ziggity Boo? That's not Ziggity Boo? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, forget the Ziggity Boo. Forget the
What?
Ziggity Boo. Forget it. Forget it. All right, just real quick, stop your mind and just pick one of those things.
Wait. Stop my mind.
Yeah, you said all this stuff is racing
How
through
you
your
how
mind and
you
you
do
can't
that?
choose one.
How you do that?
Like a slot machine. You know what I'm saying? The thing go and you know,
Gamble.
you just reach in and you grab something. You don't do that in a slot machine, but you just stop it. Boom, you hit that button to stop it, and whatever it stop on, go.
Right now, I'm laughing. Now I'm tripping. Now, yeah, I'm laughing now. But anyway, I just called in. Goddamn it, you know.
Okay.
What else you want to ask me? I don't be talking about nothing. I just think this cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never called. I called in when you used to be on a motherfucking radio station with Nathan and shit. I used to work up at the Party Source.
Okay.
I was the maintenance man up there when I had that show up there a couple times.
I don't think I
That's
ever
when my
had a show
uncle.
with Nathan.
What did you come on before him or after him?
When he was on, I didn't have a show.
Well, I know you had a show on the radio.
I did at some point, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So, all right, man. Much respect.
Much respect.
TAA all day, class 89, motherfucker.
All right.
Hello.
Yes.
I can't see you.
No, I just said all
All
right.
right.
I appreciate your call.
Respect, man.
All right.
One.
What did you say? Did he say one? Why are people ending conversations just randomly saying numbers? I don't understand what's happening. Did he say he can't see me? Ron, you all right with me? You all right with me? People just randomly saying numbers. I'm gonna start doing that. When my conversation is over with somebody, I'm gonna just start saying a number. Just start saying a number. All right, Ken gonna call in and we gonna have a reasonable conversation. When it's all said and done, I'm gonna say, hey bro, I appreciate your call. He gonna say, all right, I appreciate your call. I'm gonna say 27 and hang up. I don't know. I don't know why. All right, y'all. I gotta get out of here. That little baby upstairs. I'm pretty sure she done ate already, but I gotta go and double check and make sure and give her a hard time about something. I don't even know what I'm giving her a hard time about. I gotta go up there and give her a hard time about something. So we can laugh and have fun. Look, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Hold on. Can somebody else give me a more, I might be using the wrong word, a more lucid definition of Ziggity Boo? Somebody? Because Ron said, nah, Ziggity Boo is when you effed up. And for real, am I the only one who it sound like Ron is effed up? I can't be the only one. Just sound like the man effed up. But that's just me. Again, I've been high once once in my life. I was a little kid. I was either in the 4th, 5th, or 6th grade. My next door neighbor / best friend came over because his brother used to sell weed, and he had took one of his joints, and we smoked it. And I remember smoking it, and I remember thinking, this didn't do nothing. Like, it didn't do nothing. But it had done something. Jerica.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. So, I don't know. I've never been ziggity boo high, like from marijuana, because I tried it once. I think I thought I was about to die, so I went to sleep, like prayed, went to sleep, hoping that it would go away. It was really weird. Everything was in slow motion, so never did that again. But I do like my glass of Prosecco every so often.
Your glass of what?
Prosecco.
I don't even know what that
Prosecco
is.
is a wine.
Okay.
You know what? You act like you are so green, and I know you are not that green. Because you have box wine. You've had box wine before in your house. You might not have drank it, but I'm sure you've had it in your house. But
I got a bottle of wine right here next to me.
Okay, so why you act like you don't know what wine is?
I don't. I won this at remote. Y'all remember? Hold on. Y'all remember? Remember I won this wine?
Wait, I can't see. I'm like on the phone.
You like Ron. I can't see you.
I'm on my way to Ziggity Boo Town, apparently.
But yeah, I won this bottle of wine. Shoot, that had to be coming up on 2 years. It was at an Urban League remote.
And you still have it?
Yeah.
You and your wife aren't drinkers.
No, I don't drink alcohol.
Okay. What kind of wine is it?
It is Sun Goddess. I think this is Pinot Grigio.
Oh, yeah. If you say Pinot Grigio, you absolutely are not a drinker because it's a Pinot Grigio. So you are absolutely not a drinker. You need to give that away because that's going to waste. So I'm sure there's someone in the chat who you can gift it to. As a matter of fact, that could be one of the gifts in addition to Tanika's cake for whoever wins the thing that Brilliant Beard wants to do.
Oh. But yeah, no, I'm keeping this.
For sentimental reasons?
Just because.
Okay, all right, whatever. So Ziggity Boo, let's go with Ziggity Boo. So I've never been like Ziggity Boo high where I'm just like falling over or anything like that. However, there have been a couple times where I've called in the show, probably shouldn't have, but because I was on my way to Ziggity Boo Town, those inhibitions were lower than I thought I sounded, a way that I didn't. And then I listened back to the show and was like, bitch, why did you call in that show sounding like that? But, yeah, I just did. So, and that only takes like 2 glasses of wine. So, yeah, I kind of feel where Ron is. Not literally, because I've never been weed high. But, yeah.
Okay.
I don't like you.
What? Hold on. Let me ask you
Because
this.
it's
Hold on.
late,
Wait.
because you're not engaging with
No,
me.
wait,
You
wait,
have me looking
wait.
stupid.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Have you been drinking this evening?
Today?
Yeah.
No. No, I haven't been drinking this evening.
Okay. I'll just check. I don't want to, put
Nigga,
you
don't
out
try to
there.
play me like that.
No, I don't want to put you
Don't
out
try
there.
to play me.
Okay.
Because I don't want to have to bring up the beef that we had from 2024. So don't play me like that. Don't play me like that. And quit acting like you don't know what Ron's talking about. Because in 2024 is when Ron started, when he created that FOSS. Remember, he started yelling like, FOSS, FOSS. And everybody was like, what the fuck is FOSS? He was like, full of shit, full of shit. That's when he started using it.
Are you sure that was 2024?
I think so. I think so.
I think that was earlier this year.
You think so? I don't know. It's been going on for a while because the aliens came out. Was that this year or last year?
Yeah, the butt naked aliens was this year.
What about when he threw his back out and his rotator cuff?
That was this year too.
A lot has been going on, Ron.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
pretty
Well,
sure.
maybe it wasn't last year.
Look,
then.
maybe my timing might be off. You might be right. That might have been the end of last year.
Yeah, because I know the older you get, the less time. Time just like squeezes together. So.
Well, okay. Let me ask you this. was the Dark Man this year or last year?
I think the Dark Man was last year. I know the Dark Man was before the aliens because
Yes.
that's around the time that I started really paying attention to Ron and was like, "Oh, this nut." But
That's not right.
yeah, I think that was last year. But then I've grown to love Ron because Ron is just such a unique character. But yeah, I think Dark Man was last year because it was wasn't it before Trump got elected? Yeah, it was last year. So yeah, that's where your beef started.
Okay, you're probably right. I think probably
Mhm.
all of that stuff was last year. Yeah.
Yes, Ron has been at it for quite a long time. Yeah, that was last year. So yeah, don't try to act surprised like
Okay.
you don't know the reason why he had beef with you. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
why
'cause
would
that's
he
when the
have?
alien
Why
stuff
would he
started.
have beef with me? Because he saw
Because you
butt
didn't
naked
believe.
aliens. Why would he be
Because
mad?
you didn't believe in his Dark Man and you tried to play him.
I did not I did not
Yeah.
disbelieve the Dark Man.
I don't know, Emmanuel. I think you might have disbelieved the Dark Man.
Look, if
I
you
think
say
you guys are
that it
clowning.
was a Dark Man, I take your word for it that you saw a Dark Man. Now, just because it was your reality doesn't mean that it is reality. But if he say he saw it, I take his word for it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't think he believed that you did.
Oh.
And he felt like you clowned him after you got off the call with him. Now, how your brother got pulled into it, I don't know. And when you guys turned off the radio, I don't know how he knew about the conversations you all were having after the show. But apparently he did, and you really pissed him off.
Well, I'm glad we're in a
So
better
maybe you should
place.
just apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you just apologize. What was he telling you to do at Lincoln? Stand down or stand by?
I forget what he said.
I was just wondering what it meant.
I wasn't 100% sure. I asked a couple times, and you know,
He just kept repeating it. Then he stopped using words altogether and just started like making these moaning noises.
I don't remember him making a moaning noises.
Yeah, he was like, and I was like, I don't know what that means either. So we were all in a conundrum. Even when he made the joke, we were all like, oh, that was a joke because everybody was paying attention so closely and hanging on his every word. We missed the joke too. So even though we enjoy when he calls,
I think you might have made the up.
go back and listen. Go back and listen. I know you don't go back and listen to your shows, but you might want to go back and listen. After you get done listening to the last 3 shows from 2024, listen to today's show right around the time he started using that word. He started moaning or humming or something, but it stopped being words.
I might check it
So,
out. I might check it
He
out.
might have been in Toontown too, or Ziggity Boo. He might have been Ziggity Boo. You know what? Because I think Ron gets high too, so he might have been Ziggity Boo. Could have been.
I think
you never
Ron
know.
do get high. Ron do get high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does. He talks about it. I mean, openly. But yeah.
That might explain
But he works
something.
for himself. So yeah, he works for himself. And then combining, because he talks about like his medical issues, so combining that, the Zaza with pills, I'm sure he's been in Ziggity Boo town.
Okay.
So yeah, but I love Ron. I love Ron. Okay, so that was it. I really didn't want anything.
All right.
All right, 7.
All right. I appreciate your call. Oh, did she say 7? Oh, I forgot my number. She did say 7, didn't she? Oh, I don't know what's up with this. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. Got to go and make sure and handle this little baby. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Yeah, I thought she said 7. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Y'all done kept me here too late. Enjoy the evening. Get you some rest so you can start out fresh tomorrow. I have every intention on being here tomorrow. So if that happens, I hope to see y'all. I think that's about it. Till next time, enjoy yourself and be the reason. Hold on. Especially if you're in an intimate relationship. Be the reason that somebody smiles tonight. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.